Hello friends and welcome back to the Dork side. I'm the Dork in the Road and today is my 2-year review of my Alpinestars Corozal boots. I'm the Dork in the Road and I want to be your internet writing buddy, so please consider subscribing. I've had these Corozal boots for 2 years now. You can see I didn't clean them up at all for this review. I wanted you to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. They've seen thousands of miles, all kinds of terrains, all kinds of different riding, and I'm very happy with them, and so I just wanted to kind of share my experience, my long-term experience with these boots. In case some of you are looking for boots to wear on your adventures, I think these are a great choice. If you don't know about these boots, here's a little bit of information. So the Corozals are the little brother to the Toucan boots, to Alpinestars' flagship kind of Toucan adventure boot. And the major differences are, I think the Toucans are a little bit better vented. They have metal hinges here and they're Gore-Tex, and these Corozals are not Gore-Tex. They're just their Alpinestars proprietary DryStar membrane. It's a waterproof boot with a combination of leather, lots of leather, and then there's hard plastic here. There's some hard plastic protection on the front of the shin, on the side of the leg. There's a biomechanical hinge here to give the boot a little bit more flexibility. It has a sole that's designed to grip the ground outside, unlike MX boots, which kind of have a flat bottom. This is supposed to give you a little bit better traction. It's pretty good. They have a steel shank inside the sole. It gives you a real solid platform when you're standing up on the motorcycle. They have CE certified protection, so these are actually rated strong protection for you on the street or off-road, obviously. These buckles are adjustable, so you can move these back and forth so that you get the fit that you want to customize the fit. And it has this extra wide Velcro opening at the top. And that's great for a bunch of reasons. It's really easy to get your feet in, which is sort of important when you're putting on boots, especially if you're climbing out of your tent or whatever. It gives you some adjustability, so if you're a person like me with big calves, you can go all the way out to here and still have the boot fit right. And it also gives you room to put knee pads down inside here if you're wearing it MX style with, instead of pants with knee pads in them, you're wearing, knee pads that you just strap on. You can do that with these and they'll fit down in there. These boots retail for 300 bucks. So they're not cheap, but they're not the most expensive boots out there either. The Toucans are $500. This is a good middle of the road option in terms of price. So like I said, I've had these boots for 2 years. I got them for Father's Day 2020. And the first thing I did after I got them was go on a week-long trail riding adventure out in Central Oregon, Milliken OHV, East Fort Rock OHV, China Hat OHV with my dad. I broke them in riding rocky, sandy trails and was very impressed with them then. And since then, I've put thousands of miles on them. We've gone on multi-day adventures with these as my only shoes. So I've done short hikes in them. You've heard me squeaking around in them in camping videos when I take these as my only shoes. I've worn them in every condition, rainy, snowy, muddy. The only time I don't wear these boots is when I'm doing some really technical trail riding, and then I'll put on some MX boots. But 90% of the time, if I'm riding a motorcycle, I'm wearing these boots. All temperatures and climates, from 100, 110 degree, hot, sandy desert to freezing temperatures in the snow, in the rain, all that stuff. So I feel like I've given them a pretty thorough test. So what do I like about them? I will tell you, these boots are durable as hell, and they offer good protection. If you guys saw the day 3 giant loop video from last year, where we went to the Alvord Desert, I crashed on my Africa Twin, got my left leg pinned underneath my Africa Twin for a minute or longer, because it took a while for McLovin to get to me and get the bike off of me because it was sandy and he was far ahead. So crashed on it, was stuck underneath the bike, and I was panic pulling on it like a coyote caught in a trap, and I could not get my leg out. So it was well and truly pinned. I actually pulled a muscle. I was pulling it out so hard. Don't do that. Just wait for someone to help you. The point is, I dropped my 560 pound, whatever it was, fully loaded Africa Twin on my leg, wearing this, pinned between the pannier rack and the ground for over a minute. And when I pulled my leg out, the boot was scuffed. So there's a little scratch right here. You can't see it, but there's a tiny scratch on the very front, but this plastic piece was bent back. Other than that, you couldn't tell that anything had happened to the boot. I suspected that the protection of these boots was really good, but it was confirmed in that instance. So that's the worst thing I've done wearing these boots. I could have been injured much worse. That could have been a day ender or a broken ankle. I very seriously believe that, and so that is the best endorsement I think I can give a piece of gear, is that dropped a very heavy bike on it and walked away unscathed, or mostly unscathed. The other damage I've done to this boot was, and you can maybe see it here if I put it in front of my face so it'll zoom in, trying to keep my feet warm by the fire, and I maybe put this part into a little too close to the fire where it got a little molten, and then I reached down and touched it to verify that it was molten. Don't touch molten plastic. Let's just say I was less than sober. That was on that Detroit camping trip where I accidentally drank a 12-pack. The point is, even after that, I melted them a little bit, and it not only is it still waterproof, but I don't feel like the protection is compromised at all, because this is just that TPU overlay for the shift protector. That's all that's melted. So there's still leather underneath. There's still the solid shank underneath and the toe protection. Basically, I've abused these boots, and they've held up well, and I'm very impressed with them. So that's what I like about them. They're sturdy, they're durable, and they offer good protection. I feel like you've got close to motocross boot level protection, obviously not all the way there, but in terms of if you want to compromise on something comfortable in all conditions and still have good protection, I feel really good about these boots for that. They're waterproof. I've never gotten my feet wet in these. I have waded into puddles a couple times. I haven't gotten up past the inner waterproof liner because I'm not an idiot. That's not how things stay waterproof, but riding in the rain for hours at a time, no problems whatsoever. I feel like this is a very good value for the money. $300 is a lot of money, I agree. This is a buy it for life type product. And unlike your waistline, or at least in my case, my waistline, your shoe size is unlikely to change. So you can spend money on a pair of boots knowing that you're gonna be able to wear them for the rest of your riding career. And I think $300 is a small price to pay for something that's gonna last you forever. They're surprisingly comfortable. Like I said, I've worn these on multiple day trips. I've worn these as my only boots. I've worn them around camp, setting up camp. I've gone on short hikes in these, you know, nothing more than a mile, but I have done it. My feet don't hurt when I wear these and go for long walks. I don't like that they're a little bit warm and that there's a lot of boot here. I would prefer, you know, something else for actually hiking. But in terms of comfort and riding boots, they're some of the most comfortable riding boots I've ever worn. No kidding. And that's after 2 years of using them. I really like the steel shank in the sole for a couple reasons. It makes standing up on the pegs way easier, and I just know that my foot is protected from being crushed. So that's a lot of praise, but no product is perfect, so what's wrong with these? The things I don't like, they're squeaky as hell. If you've heard me walking around in videos, you've heard them. They're very squeaky, so that's annoying. And they're not the cheapest boots out there. You know, $300 is not nothing, but like I said, it's a buy it for life type thing, and I feel like it's worth the investment personally. Price is a concern, but those are really the only two major cons I have, and I wish I hadn't gotten the brown. I wish I'd gotten the black ones just because these don't match anything, and you know, that doesn't really matter when you're trying to keep your feet safe and dry, but it would be nice to have them not be glaringly a different color than the rest of my gear is, I guess, so something to consider. The black ones are just as good. So what's the bottom line? What's the verdict on these boots after 2 years? Well, I love them. They get my highest recommendation. Sturdy, cheap, comfortable, durable, long-lasting, versatile piece of gear that you can wear for the rest of your life. Buy it. I'll put a link in the description for you so you can check that out if you'd like to. These boots are useful in all kinds of situations. Like I said, I wear them anytime I'm riding unless I'm riding just trails, just hardcore trails with a lot of technical stuff, and I want a little bit more protection with my MX boots. But most of the time, if you see me on the motorcycle, these are what I'm wearing. Useful in all kinds of riding situations, from technical backcountry to long highway miles. It's rare that you get something that's so versatile, that's a jack of all trades, but is also a master of those trades, and I really feel like you don't even compromise that much with these boots. They're really good at what they're for. They're comfortable, durable. I said that 400 times, and I can't recommend them enough. Like I said, there'll be a link in the description, but highly recommend these boots. Please check them out. If you have any questions about the boots, or you want to share your experience with the Alpinestars Corozal boots, please leave them in the comments. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!
Don't drink and campfire, kids. Your boots end up paying the price for your irresponsibility. Terrible.